Hi there, and welcome to this short video where I'm going to take you through variables. So what are variables? Well, variables looks very much like a transform, except with a variable, you're doing it before the data starts to move, which means you then have access to those transformed values within the top level of your mapping. So that's when you're doing section actions and conditions. So let's look at that now. Let's look at an example. So in this example, we are moving contact, account, and opportunity data from a sub-org that belongs perhaps to an acquired business into a master org. Now, if we go and look at the sub-org, I've got a very simple opportunity report in here with opportunity data, contact data, account data, and such. If we come back to conveyor, variables are set up within the mapping. So let's go to the mapping now. Then in the top right hand corner, we click on the three dots menu and we click on Manage Variables. And here's one I created earlier. So what I'm doing in this particular variable is just like a transform. I am taking information that exists in the stage field in our source report that sits in our source Salesforce org, and this is stage for an opportunity. And I want to determine if I want to create an opportunity or lead in the master org. And this is because in this example, for an opportunity in our sub org that sat in the prospecting stage, in the master org, this doesn't really exist. This still exists as lead. So rather than having multiple data structures in our master org, we want to change that data as it comes across and do different things with it. So we want to know ahead of time, should we be doing this as a lead or should we be doing this as an opportunity based on our mapping of our opportunity stages? So my variable in here, very simply, I match the source field value to the transform value. And all I need to know here is it going to be a lead or is it going to be an opportunity? So I've created my, let me move myself out of the way here. So I've created my transforms set up as variables. Now, the way I did this is you can just click this plus button here on the left-hand side to add new values. However, there was a few of them in here, so I actually created a Google Sheet, downloaded this as a CSV file, and then uploaded that into the conveyor variable using the upload options here. And that's how we create our variable. This is now ready to use in our mapping sections. So if we go back to the mapping, now this first bit here, again, very simple sort of use case here, is if it's a prospecting stage opportunity, I don't actually want to create another opportunity. I actually want to put it as a lead into the master org. But what I want to do first is if there's any sort of residual account or contact data in the master org that matches, I want to get rid of that before I create that lead. Then obviously when the lead is converted, it will then create that account and contact. So I want to clean up the master org a bit in this process. So I'm actually going to delete the account here based on the account name matching from the source to the target. The same for the contact. I'm just going to delete the contact record in the master org if there's a matching email address here. And importantly, when I look at each of these, there is a condition here on the section. If I just look at this here, so I'm using a source field value, but I'm actually using the transformed variable here, which is split stage to lead or opportunity, and it equals lead. So what this means is these sections for deleting these records will only happen if it's a lead or if that prospect stage is proposal, is prospecting, and therefore it's something that we want as a lead in the target organization. And then we move on, and the same here, we can create our lead record. And again, we've got that if the transform done ahead of time via the variable is set to be a lead. Now, I'll show you other things. We've got expressions, and we've got other things going on in this mapping. So I'll use that and show you that in later videos, but this was just to show you how you can use variables. So remember, variable is very much like a transform that you would do between fields. But in here, you can actually do it ahead of time, so you can use those values in conditions and actions at the top level of your sections. So very, very useful for lots of different use cases. Thank you for your time on variables. Look out for more videos using the same use case where we'll go through things like expressions and conditions in more detail. Thank you.